Hi there folks, it's Deni. Today's video will be thematic, so to speak. That means that today I'm not just going to show you some hot new stuff or something. Today I'm gonna show you 11 cool base building games, even though base building isn't the most fun part of gameplay. If these mechanics are done well, you'll have a lot of fun doing it. So sit back and relax, but before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, let's get started. If you've played The Forest at least once, then you know for a fact that the building mechanics there were just fine. You could build a huge camp with separate huts, a vegetable garden, traps, and all sorts of things like a water collector. Basically, you could build anything at all as long as you had the resources to do so. And it seems that the new sequel, Sons of the Forest, not only took the best part of the base building from the first game, but also got a huge number of new features. For those who don't know what it is at all, I will tell you. Sons of the Forest is an open world survival game, or to be more precise, you will be on the island. You get here after your plane crashes, and now you have nothing to do but to do your best to survive here, to unravel the mysteries of the island and find a way to escape. Well, of course, you will be hindered by the local aboriginals and monsters that will often come to visit you, so even if you are not a fan of base building, you'll need a base here, preferably with high walls. If you don't want to go to an island and would prefer a Viking atmosphere instead, you can try Valheim. It's kind of a mix of adventure action, survival and role-playing game, and that mix came out pretty cool, I would say. Here you will find yourself in a fantasy world from Scandinavian mythology. You are a Viking who has to go on a long journey and get to the higher gods. The game world here is insanely big, and there are so many secrets, mysteries, enemies and stuff. Basically, you can literally spend the whole day exploring this world. As for the base building, well, you will have to do it pretty intensely, at least in the beginning. You will have to build a base and then a house in which you will actually live. But building a base here is like not as easy as you might think. You'll need a lot of resources and what's more important, patience. Another base building game I'll show you today is Conan Exiles. It is an RPG survival game too, where you have a huge open world at your disposal. And here you can do literally everything you want: explore the territory, travel through the endless dunes, fight the local bandits and so on. Well, you can build a house, create your own clan and conquer the found lands here too, of course. Generally speaking, here you are free to build a real fortress and raise an entire army to conquer the land, but first you need to get a lot of resources somewhere and earn credibility. By the way, here you can recruit not only mortal warriors, but even gods. You know what I think? This video could be considering incomplete if we didn't talk about Minecraft here. So that's exactly what I'm going to show you now. This pixel sandbox game was literally made for building. Yeah, of course, you can lead a nomadic lifestyle and dig in the ground, explore the world, look for villages, temples and other interesting things without building. But it would be inconvenient without all the chests and machines. And to be honest, it just wouldn't be interesting. I think you'll agree that this game is loved for the ample opportunity to change the world around you. Not for its creatures and generate buildings. It's not for nothing that it's actually a game where some handy guys build real-life side cities and other exciting things. The game is over a decade old and it is still not forgotten, and that says a lot. Well, let's look at something more unusual. What about building a base underwater? Well, you can do it in the Subnautica games. You'll play as a survivor whose capsule disconnected when the Aurora colonization spaceship crashed on a planet that is literally made up of water. And yes, you are the only survivor. You will have to build your own submarines, which you will use to explore the underwater world. Trust me, you will be amazed by the marine life here. There is like a huge variety of creatures, biomes, plants and more. Anyway, most of the time you'll be exploring the ocean, and when you get fed up with that, you can get busy building. You'll definitely enjoy the detailed mechanics of building large-scale complexes of different constructions. You can even build a solar-powered station and a vegetable garden right underwater. If you like games with an overhead view, I have Project Zomboid for you. You will find yourself in Kentucky, a place where 90% of the residents have fallen victim to the zombie apocalypse. Such conditions, well, leave you no choice but to survive, stock up on food, water, weapons, and of course, build a safe hideout. I would say that the main feature of this game is the elaborate character editor, which directly affects the gameplay. Like for example, you can choose the carpenter specialization, and then you can build faster, or you can choose the policeman, and then your shots will be much more accurate. By the way, there is no definite ending, you can survive till your death. Oh, one more thing, there is no happy ending here, and even when the military arrives, well, it won't really fix the situation. Up next, I suggest we take a look at State of Decay 2. This is the sequel to the popular horror survival game. The plot revolves around a group of survivors almost a year after the apocalypse happened. Compared with the first game, here we have much fewer resources, it is even harder to find weapons, and armor is worth its weight in gold. But still, this is a survival game, so the conditions here are very appropriate. Well, let's talk about the pros of the game. The first thing you'll notice is the size of the map. It's like huge, really huge. The graphics have clearly taken it to a new level compared to the previous game. Speaking of building a base, it will be very easy for you to find the right place to settle down there. But, sometimes you'll have to fight zombies and monsters for those places. You can set up each captured territory, like building barricades, constructing farms and grow provisions, setting up workbenches, special workshops and much more that will come in handy for survival. Next we have Medieval Dynasty, a survival adventure game set in medieval Europe, ruled by nobles and the church. Your country is actively trading with its neighbors and prospering, but no, you won't be playing as its ruler. You will begin your journey as a poor man, hunting and farming, and then you will have to go from being a loner to head of a community, set up a small camp and turn it into your own settlement, which will only get bigger and more powerful over time. There are a lot of buildings here, and the building mechanics are well designed. Well, if you get bored with the house building, you can always go on a fascinating journey through this unknown world and enjoy the local beauty. All in all, you should enjoy this game. Next we have the zombie apocalypse and the radiation survival game 7 Days to Die. Well, I guess you could say it's a long-lived game, as it was released 10 years ago. Well, everything here is pretty much standard. The world has been destroyed by a terrible virus. Most people have turned into zombies, and you are one of the few survivors who wander the world searching for useful resources. The main feature of the game is that almost almost the entire world is destructible, and you can build different things on it wrecked. An advanced crafting system allows you to create not only common household items and weapons, but also full-fledged buildings. Oh, and one more thing, be prepared that on the 7th day, the zombies will gather a whole army and go to attack you, so you'll need really high walls. And next we have a kind of mix of RPG and strategy in the open world Kenshi. The point of the game is to survive in a huge, free, but very dangerous world. First of all, you will need to create a character, customize his skin color, body, face and hair color. In general, there is everything for customization fans. Then you will need to choose the specialization of your character and start developing it. Here's the great choice of specialization. You may become a thief, mercenary, hunter, or even the owner of the small business. And then comes the most interesting part. You need to walk around the big world, fight your enemies, trade, build a huge fortress, or even your own city. Well, this is the game where you can do and build anything you want. Today we already talked about building a base on land and underwater, but what about building in the sky? Or to be more precise, building in space? Well, you can do it in X for Foundations. You have to take on the duties of a spaceship's pilot and go on a journey across the universe. Once you've reached the nearest planet, you'll be in charge of an interstellar corporation dedicated to the mining and production of resources. Well, now your goal is to trade resources, build stations, ships and bases. So, in short, to make your space business successfully prosper. Of course, apart from that, you can also travel across the galaxy and explore uncharted worlds, discover new territories, spaceships and resources. Well, you're sure to find something to do here. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found something interesting, and if so, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been Deni, see you guys soon.